Hear me in the World Vibes Radio. Why they my youths, yeah? Not take no talkie. Be careful of some places where you walk. Some no know God, them no read Bible. Then we shoot you down with them rifle. Do not bring no guns, come to town. It's World Vibes, tell them leave that at home. Them better bring love, come to town. It's I say spread the joy around. World Vibes Radio. And not taking this, Let's go and teach your youths them. Play some good music, educate them.
Yo, want good music, brother Joshua, him a play for you. I feel the vibes and nowadays me have to cry to you. I explore a connection on the avenue and lane. Over and over again. Yeah, man, stay in tune to Diaspora Connection, man, featuring Kabbalah for Jamaicans with Joshua. A prophecy I said that, man, positive and profitable. Music.
Yo, check this out. This is Anthony Cruz, and you don't know it's the Diaspora Connection featuring Kabbalah for Jamaicans with Joshua. Keep it locked, man. Blaze it hot. Anthony Cruz said that.
Hey, 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 hey,
messenger to teach you about roots and culture. I tell them what if you remember Jah. That's all I am dealing with. I am. Well, they say I am a messenger to teach you about roots and culture. I tell them what if them remember Jah. That's all I am dealing with. I am. See I sing both. Oh, them boss love both. Them forget Jah and put them woman up front. There's a time and a place for everything. Whoa. See them a talk about, oh them fire them gun, and I talk about, oh them boss Gatling. But I don't have no time to mingle and sing. Cause I said I am a messenger to teach you about roots and culture. And tell them as if you remember Jah. That's all I am doing with I am. Yeah, just say I am a messenger to teach you about roots and culture. And tell them as if you remember Jah. That's all I am doing with I am. You remember, oh just send Jonah and Elijah, Moses and Noah, Martin Luther King and Marcus too. Well, they never falter. Them and they do them works and they move on. So I know they have feelings. I and I must carry on the words. Wow. Just say I have a messenger to teach you about roots and culture. I tell them what if you remember Jah. That's all I am doing with I am. Wow. Just say I have a messenger to teach you about roots and are my sword and shield. And all I need is your blessing constantly. Yeah. And you have given me this brand new day. Now I'm ready to start over. Just a blessing to know you. Yeah.
Pull it up, selector. And Lego this your one.
Hey, 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 hey,
Are you ready for celestial show? 'Cause you've been working till you can't work no more to make your soul secure. Yes, you've been praying every day and night that Father Jaja will just shine his light. And though the heathen them are broken right, you still that live upright. Are you prepared to be thy God and King? Are you prepared to meet thy Jah? Are you prepared to meet thy Jah and King? Are you prepared to meet thy King? All right. Now tell me, brother, is your conscience free? And are you living for eternity? Are you loving humanity, serving the Almighty? Now, sister, tell me if your hands are clean. You take a dip in at the healing stream. Rastafari, you today on the scene. Eyes cold and green. Are you prepared to meet thy God and King? Are you prepared to meet thy Jah? Are you prepared to meet thy Jah and King? Are you prepared to meet thy King? All right.
I'm in the forward, forward, pull on that.
Be of good courage. Oh, oh, yes. And hold on to love. I know you have been wondering if I will love you till the end of time. Oh, yeah. And though you have been wondering, let me reaffirm in your mind. Oh, woman, I promised you I'd never break your heart. And now I will be true as from the start. Only treat me right and be upright. I love you for the rest of my life. Oh, yes, Lord. Our love will never, ever die. Oh, no, no. provide enough love to see us through. Oh, I promise you I never let you down. And on your head I'll put this diamond crown. Lord, only treat me right and be upright. I love you for the rest of my life. Oh yeah, oh, love will never ever die. Oh no, oh no, I will forever be by your side. Oh, hey, yeah. Our love will never, ever die. Oh, no, no. And I will forever be by your side. Oh, I know you have been wondering, but I will love you till the end of time. And if you have been wondering, I love you for all time. Oh yeah, oh, our love will never ever die. Oh no,
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Diaspora Connection featuring Kabbalah for Jamaicans. My name is Joshua, and we're here every Tuesday and Wednesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern, where we discuss the ancient Israelite wisdom known as Kabbalah. It is based on the teaching of the Old Testament. It is that which Moses received on Mount Sinai. It was practiced from way back as Adam, because Kabbalah is not religion, it is science. It is spiritual science, the science that was revealed by Moses and the sages, Rabbi Isaac Luria, Rav Ashlag, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, all of these great sages that revealed the secrets of Kabbalah through the Zohar. And we expose you to the teachings of the Zohar, the reading of the Zohar in Aramaic, twice a week, Sunday night and Tuesday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. You are able to hear the words of the Zohar read in Aramaic, beautiful language of Aramaic, which is based on the Hebrew letters. My friends, it is magical. You don't understand what you are missing. And our listeners who are on the call tonight, Brother Paul and Sister Myrtle, can tell you. Brother Paul, you've been listening to the Zohar and the Torah readings for a few years now, right? What is your testimony about it?
Yeah, I find it very interesting and very informative. I learn a lot of things that I never know before, you know?
What about the energy that you get when you listen to it? You find your energy change?
Yes, man. Yeah, man. Get a good vibration, you know? Positive energy, you know?
And does it last?
Yeah. Feel much better within myself. Yeah, at times when I feel down. You know, say, the minutes are there, you know? The powerful thing, you know? To keep it with you, you know? You know, say, me have a wheelchair. Everywhere I go, me have one. Me have it in the wheelchair. It's up in a one with me. I go anywhere, me have it in my pocket. You know, all them way, me keep it with me. All times. And me find, so me get positive energy from that, you know.
You see that? See that?
Yeah, that for my guidance too, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know that little one that you have there, it is the Pinkas version, yeah?
Yeah,
so
it talk.
Right, so it is the section of the Zohar, right, from from the portion Pinkas, which is a magical verses, magical chapters, right?
Yeah.
Because that is the energy that silenced the plague, ended the plague, right? That
Yeah.
was upon the Israelites when the
Okay.
Mediate princess seduced the head of the tribe of Shimon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that section, you see, that is the power of the Hebrew letters, because the story, right, the energy from the story it contains, the letters are able to reflect it back to us.
Okay.
And that is why it is important for us to listen to it or even scan it with our eyes. And that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
that little portion, that little book that you have there is so powerful, because of that. That is what it contains,
Yeah.
right?
Me
Those
sleep with that.
scriptures.
Me sleep with it down on my pillow at night time too.
That's great. That's great, brother Paul. Yeah, man.
Down on my pillow. I wrap it in plastic still, you know.
Yes, keep it
I
safe.
put it
Yes.
down on my pillow
Yes.
at night time. And me dream good dream, you know.
Nice.
We had the first time we used to have some nightmarish type of dream. You don't have that anymore.
Nice. Look at that. Look at that. That's wonderful. Thank you for that testimony. Sister Myrtle, you have any testimony you'd like to share with us with the Zohar? Because I know you have had one for a while now. Mama Myrtle, you wish to share? And if not, that's okay. I know that you've had your Zohar for a while, and I know that you've been scanning it before and after eating. I know you do it daily. So I know you will have a wonderful testimony to share with us at the right time. I want to say that last night's program was a very good program where we started discussing, and we talked about the 52 portions of the Torah, that we read one section every week. We do it because we connect to the energy. We don't do it because of tradition. We do it because we benefit from it. And we spoke about last week's portion that was read on Shabbat was the portion called the Shemot, which is the beginning of the book of Exodus. We as Christians know it as the book of Exodus, but it is named Shemot in the Hebrew text, which literally means names. And I read last night from the Kabbalistic Bible, the commentary, that the concept of names are very powerful and integral to Kabbalah. Because one of the teachings is that the whole Torah is just one big name of God. Okay, so there we go again, name. The term that we use as Kabbalists, we don't use the word God much, because God is energy. And at any particular moment, if we're going to reference the concept of God, we're only going to be referring to that energy source at a particular level. And that's why God has many names. Okay? Even the Christians know that God has many names. Now, the scriptures also teach us that your name is your essence. The characters in the scriptures, their names represented their energy level and the level of energy, or the level of light that they expressed. For instance, Abraham. The numerical value of his name is the same numerical value as Hesed, the Sphira of Hesed. And the Sphira of Hesed represents or emits love, mercy, loving kindness, long suffering. Yeah? Mercy. And Abraham's life represented that. Abraham was considered a chariot. And what comes with that title, that achievement, yeah, is the ability to control nature. Abraham was able to control nature. And so were the other chariots: Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Aaron, Joseph, and King David. Those are the chariots of the seven Sphirot within the tree of life. And their names, okay, represent their essence. And we won't go into that tonight, but that is just a preview of the importance of names. Tonight, I'm going to play a few lectures from Rav Berg on this portion of Shemot. And I guarantee you, he's going to be dropping lots of wisdom. So listen keenly, take notes, if necessary, and you're going to learn something tremendous and practical for your life. So, here's the first of three from Rav Berg.
This whole book is called the Book of Exodus. What is its Hebrew name? Shemot. How does Shemot come to mean Exodus? Obviously, it doesn't have any connection at all with the idea of Exodus. And just because the first verse in the book of Exodus is talking about these are the names of the children of Israel, and then it tells us Reuben, Shimon, Levi, Yehudah, and all the other people that came to Egypt. These are the names of the people who came to Egypt. But what does that have to do with Exodus? And the answer is very simple. For the first time, we were given the opportunity to take control. That is called Exodus. That is called freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from uncertainty. Freedom means that you have control over your life. However, because of the power of Egypt that we said, what was Egypt? What was so significant, says the Zohar, of Egypt? What was so important about Egypt over and above all the other nations? Because Egypt embodied, Egypt included all that was evil. And so the book of Exodus was to teach the whole world how we can take control over evil, over Egypt. That was the study of Exodus. It was the teachings that were going to help all of mankind, whether they were at the time of the Exodus or they would come at some future date. They were provided with a system by which we can always enjoy freedom. And freedom is not something that many people enjoy, or many people can even feel that they have a little grasp on feeling free. So why is this called Shemot? It comes from the word Shemot, names. That's right. What names? 72 names that we use for certain things, whether it's healing, whether it's to overcome evil, whether it's to create a security shield around us so that evil doesn't penetrate. When times are vulnerable, the cardinal lesson of Exodus is the letters, the names. This is what is called Exodus. Nothing else is called freedom.
All right. So that's number one. The names, the importance of names, and ultimate freedom. And here's the Rav again.
Welcome to the Rav's Weekly Message. This week, the Rav explains how, on a practical level, the disciplines and energies revealed in this portion act as a bridge to eliminating chaos.
We now come to the beginning of the second book of Moses, known as Shemot. And each year, when this period in time approaches, we want to read Shemot. And I recall that thousands of years, this book has been noted as the book of Exodus, which unfortunately, and so tragically, true meaning of what this book provides mankind with has been so corrupted, so misinterpreted. The entire world has somehow clung to this idea that maybe Mount Sinai was meant for everyone. Even that had been corrupted. And every attempt had been made to say, no, this is reserved for the children of Israel. And it's so far from the truth that indeed it pains to the extent that its true meaning, its purpose, have been corrupted. And now we have the good fortune in our day, mind you, not 100 years ago, but beginning 80 years ago, where this most important document began to unfold itself, known as Kabbalah. The second book is known as Shemot. Shemot means names. It has no other meaning. Names. Nowhere in that word can we possibly subscribe to another word known as Exodus. Oh yes, it does include what appears to be a fairy tale of the Israelites leaving Egypt, going out of bondage. And let me warn you that corruption has persisted for 3,400 years. Going out of bondage? If you just peruse this fourth book of Moses, known as Numbers, all you will find there, my friends, is Moses receiving complaint after complaint after complaint endlessly. Moses, what the heck did you do with us? Why did you take us out of Egypt? You know how wonderful it was there. You know what kind of food we enjoyed there. The kind of standard of living. You take us out to a God-forsaken wilderness? This book is not about Exodus, of going out from the land of Egypt into freedom. First of all, freedom is something that should be self-sustaining and should be limitless and without the consequences of an end. What we experience here is names. Herein lies the technology by which man can extricate himself from the limitations of this physical reality that we experience. It is only within the physical realm that we have murder, we have cancer, and all other pain and suffering that emerges as a direct result from something of a physical nature. This book of names, 72 names, and countless other names, the Anamakor included, is our bridge to the elimination of chaos. And for 3,400 years, these anti-Kabbalists have persisted to this very day. This is what the second book is all about. The revelation on a practical level. The system, the doctrines, the disciplines by which we can achieve not freedom from Egypt, but freedom from chaos, freedom from pain, and freedom from suffering that so persists in our lives as if it's a never-ending story.
For more on the Rav's vision of a world without chaos, read The Power of You.
So once again, friends, so the Rav talk about the ability to take control over our own lives. Yeah? Through the names. Through the names. And here is the third piece from the Rav. And this one is called Shemot, Achieving Control and the Hebrew Letters.
Where do leaders come from? Says the Zohar. Well, we all voted. Forget it. Forget it. Another mistake. You think that by voting for him or him and him, and that's what made the king? No. First, the king is appointed above. That's why it's called Shemot, because until this time, the knowledge that the Zohar presents us with, the people of the world did not have that. They could not be mishabeach. They could not make a connection. And therefore, the whole of Bereshit is chaos. The whole of Bereshit is chaos. Why? Because they didn't know. It was not only until Shemot that the names were given in different sections here. As the Zohar says, in Beshalach, where do we get all these 72 names from? Where do we get anything from? All in Shemot. Shemot. Then, if there was then we determine what happens above. But when to say that if we'll all vote for him, or we'll all vote for him, or vote for that person, then you've lost touch with reality. Because if we trust in the Zohar, he says the king does not originate down here. Another piece of information. What does it depend on? Depends on our action. If we don't know how to establish the ruler up there, down here it's too late. If we cannot make a connection with the 12 sons of Yisrael, if we cannot make a connection with Yosef, because it says Yosef v'kol adorahu, b'yamat Yosef v'kol adorahu. We learned that he died. Why is he repeating it? And I'm going to quote the Zohar soon, that Yosef didn't die. Yosef is here. Why do we go to his kever? Are we going to the stones? Or we feel we're making a connection with Yosef HaTzadik? I think that's the reason we go. Why do you go to visit a parent's grave? Pay respects? That's what most people think. What are you paying respect to whom? A piece of stone, a piece of earth. But when you go, so you think that on the Yom Ha'Ilula, on the day that your parent passed away, we're told he comes back. But to say I'm going to a stone, whenever I feel like going, I'll go pray over there. They're not there all the time. Yosef is here. And he's there at certain times. And when he's there, we have to make the connection. Then and only then are we in control. And we've discussed control many times. What does control mean? If we all ask our own egos, the answer will be, of course, we're in control. No question. But like I always want to say, okay, now the next time the Satan of cancer wants to come, you tell him to take a holiday, right? None of us can do that. Or when financial disaster is almost chas v'sholem coming upon us, you say, listen, I don't want you here now. Where's our control? Where's our control? Do we have control? The Zohar is telling us here in his interpretation of Shemot, and why it's called Gula, because he's giving us all the information. Everything, and everything we do, if it's not connected with Hashem, which means the order of Hashem, the light force of Hashem, if we don't make those connections, then there's no control. Then whatever happens is going to happen. And we will be then placed in an illusion as if we are in control. How do I make that connection? Says the Zohar, like we've discussed before, only with the holy names. Because the holy names have within it the ability, as they appear in this Zohar, when this book is closed, the Sefer is closed, it is in potential. The moment I see it with my eyes, I have activated it. I have activated what? As we learn from the Zohar, that the otiyot, the Hebrew language, is not just a language like French, German, English, that are there for the specific purpose of communication, and more times than none, misinterpretation, because I didn't understand exactly what he was saying. He didn't hear exactly what I was trying to tell him, and so on and so forth. When you use the Hebrew language, the otiyot, the letters of the Hebrew language, are already encasing the light of God, already. But as long as I don't activate it, how do I activate it? By studying it, verbalizing the letters, even to the extent, says the Zohar, even if scanning the letters, even if I can't read Hebrew. We can't read Hebrew. What about those who were born in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, from parents that they were the only two who lived there? Nobody else. No synagogue, no teacher, no nothing. What about them? One can say, isn't that unfair that this child should be born there? But we know that there is always the cheshbon. There is always a good reason for why anything is happening. But despite the justification of why this person is born into a place where education was not available, education was not even necessary by some, what does he do? He can't read. Just the idea of scanning the letter, it says the Zohar, creates the arousal in the letters. What arousal? Arousal of the light of God. Now I've made a contact. Now I'm connected. When you are involved with the hitodorut of the letters and the names, you can stand in this world. Stand in this world. You will not be affected by this world. Says the Zohar that until the final redemption, the otiyot and the Shemot are all going to be there from the time of Rabbi Shimon until the end. Will only be the study of the Zohar, which reveals how to make the connections with the light.
So So there we have it. As the Rav said, the Zohar helps us to make the connection to the light. And as he indicated in that last lecture there, I took some notes. He said, if there is no connection to the light, there is no control. Our eyes activate the energy. When we make eye contact with the letters, we activate the energy in our body, in our surroundings. And as he said, if you take on the study of these things and embrace this wisdom, you will be in this world and not be touched by it. All the chaos will go on. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. Yes, you create a protective shield around yourself. That's what you do when you embrace this wisdom. Brother Paul, anything you noticed, anything that caught your attention in what the Rav was saying? Sister Myrtle? Yeah, it was quite deep. Quite deep. So that's the names. And let's see if we can find others who can share insight on Shemot. Let's see. All right, because remember, knowledge is the key, friends. Knowledge is the key. And the more knowledge you have, the greater potential you have to make a better connection. Right? That's what it's all about. Let's see. Okay. Right? So let's see. Oh. Let's see what Michael Berg has to say here. Okay.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm so happy to be able to share with all of you on the Shabbat. I have to share, I wasn't feeling 100%, and I was concerned that on Shabbat I wouldn't have the voice or the strength to be able to share with you. And this secret is so important, practical, and necessary that I wanted to make sure that I have the opportunity to share this very, very important secret and light of the Shabbat. Most of us know the story is the beginning of what's called the redemption. The Israelites find themselves in what's called Egypt, which we know represents every single one of us who finds ourselves in a dark place, in a place that needs elevation, and who of us does not need elevation, does not need redemption. And at the seed of the redemption is revealed a very important secret that B'ezrat Hashem you have the opportunity today, even though hopefully we've thought about it in years past, or we learned some wisdom from it in years past. On this Shabbat, this year, we will have a deeper understanding of the secret, and more importantly, how to use it. The Creator is revealed to Moses, and he is about to begin the journey as a leader for the rest of the world to give the secrets, the tools, the keys to redemption, to elevation. Moses asked the Creator, V'amru li ma shmo, if they ask me, when they ask me, this force call it God, call it the Creator, that you, Moses, are representing. And you're telling us that you are going to give us, reveal to us the light and the strength, the ability to remove this darkness. What is the name? Now, we know it Kabbalistically, it's a very important understanding that, and we speak about it, but it's important just to be crystal clear, that the names of the Creator, it's not like the rabbi always make the joke, in today's world, you need to know how to call a friend, so you need to know his name is Joe or John. The name of the Creator, as the Kabbalists explain, the light of the Creator is endless. At different times, you need to call upon a different type of energy. So Moses is saying to the Creator, what is the key? What is the name? What is the tool and the consciousness that I can give over to the Israelites that will enable them to go out of darkness? So what is the name, meaning what is the key, what is the consciousness, what is the tool that I can give over to every single person so that they have the ability and the power to go out of challenge, to go out of darkness? And the answer, as most of us know, the Creator says, Eheyeh Asher Eheyeh. This name, literally translated, means I will be as I will be. The name Eheyeh, Aleph, Hey, Yud, Hey, is the tool that Moses is given to give over to the Israelites and to use it to end their darkness, but of course, more importantly, for us to use in our world today to begin to continue to elevate the process of removing the darkness that exists so prevalently in our world. So, what we need on this Shabbat is to come to a deep understanding of this name and how to use it. So to begin with, I'd like to study together a section from the great Kabbalist Rabbi Yosef Gigatilia, a great Spanish Kabbalist, in his book Sha'arei Ora, within which he explains the secret of each one of the names. And of course, we're going to focus on what's called the 10th chapter, in which he explains the secret of the name Eheyeh, which is the name that we are awakening, the light that we are awakening on the Shabbat, this 4-letter combination, which more powerful, as we will see, than any other name, and especially when we need to be elevated out of darkness, when we need it to be elevated out of challenge. So he says, Zehu Hashem ha'oleh berosh haketer. We know that there are 10 sfirot, there are 10 channels of light. The highest is called keter, or called crown. Each one of the 10 has a name, a key that corresponds, that gives us the ability to unlock the light of that level, the highest level, which is called keter. The key, the name that unlocks the light of keter is Aleph, Hey, Yud, Hey. And I hope we can see this on our screen, this name, the Aleph, Hey, Yud, Hey, because this again is what everything we're going to speak about, all the consciousness we're going to speak about is just how do I have a greater power and ability to awaken the internal light within this 4-letter name that, again, to be clear, and we'll remind ourselves of this, a lot of the consciousness we're going to speak about are things that we all desire. But we have to understand that we will never be able to, with all of our spiritual work, to awaken the light that we desire without using this tool with our meditation, with our consciousness. And this name is the name that opens up what's called the world of mercy, the world of really abundant mercy, which basically means that this is a name that is not dependent on earning, and it's not dependent on a person's spiritual level. If he or she is able to connect to this name to awaken its internal light, then he or she is able to awaken the world of mercy, which of course our world needs, which of course we need. When this name, Aleph, Hey, Yud, Hey, that opens up the realm that is called the world of Keter is awakened, אז יתמלאו כל הספירות בכל העולמות ברכה ורחמים וכל מיני שפע. Then all the worlds and all the sfirot, the conduits for revelation of the light of the Creator in this world, and will be filled with blessing, with mercy, and with all forms of abundance. This is the key to abundance. So if you learn nothing else, if we gain nothing else from the Shabbat, hopefully we all want abundance. We all want all the worlds and all of our life and all of our sfirot, all of our vessels to be filled with abundant light. This is the name you have to meditate upon. Da, you should know. Ki peulat Hashem ha'ilyon, that the action awakened, the force awakened by meditating upon this name, Shehu Aleph Hey Yud Hey, this name, Aleph Hey Yud Hey, Hu peulat harachamim hagmurim. This is the one key, the one name that opens up the endless mercies. Vehu Hashem HaMeitiv, and it is the name that awakens all the goodness. V'anoten matnat chinam, that gives blessings even to those who do not deserve. She'u merachem shelo mitzad hadin, and shows and awakens kindness and mercy even again for the individual that does not deserve. And mitzad harachamim hagmurim, but rather from the aspect of complete mercy and kindness, which is the true light of the Creator. Now here he says something which I want all of us to take to heart. Utzrichim anu liftoach lefanecha sha'arim. And in order to really be able to access the light of this name, I have to open up gates for you. Asher bahem tikanes lekama inyonim gdolim. By understanding these secrets, you will begin to understand great matters. Ve'ein bnei adam chosheshim lifkoach einehem. People, even people who hear the beginning of this wisdom, the beginning of this secret, don't spend enough focus and time to open up their eyes to this revelation. V'li'ot, and to see kama margaliot gnuzot be'otam ha'mekomot, how many diamonds, how many great pearls of wisdom and light and blessings are available through the understanding of this name. And if you grab the opportunity to focus on this name and to focus on the secrets of this name, it will give you strength, bitachon b'Hashem yitbarach, and certainty in the light of the Creator. And this, through the use of this name, you can awaken all kinds of mercies. V'shefa brachot, and endless abundance of blessings. Ugmul tov v'chama minei smachot, and all kinds of forms of joy and happiness. So all you need to know, again, as I said, is that if you take the time to connect and build a relationship with this key, with this tool of the Aleph Hey Yud Hey, you have a greater and growing ability to awaken all the blessings, abundance. And here he says again, in every generation, there are those, and this is why Moses, as most of us know, took the key and he first went to the leaders. Who are the leaders? The leaders are those, all of us hopefully, who desire to transform our world. We have to begin using this name in order so the rest of the world can receive the abundance from this name. If there's enough people who have the desire to awaken the world of abundance, which is awakened through the meditation and the connection to the name Aleph Hey Yud Hey, then azay niftachim sha'arei olam harachamim. I can and you can and we can, certainly on this Shabbat, but hopefully for the rest of our lives, meditate upon this name, and through this name awaken not just the abundance of mercy and kindness and blessings for ourselves, but for the world as well. V'nitmal'u kol hatzinorot v'chol ha'otzarot, and then all of the channels and all of the storehouses of blessings and all the supernal places from which all the flow of blessings come into our world, brachamim gmurim, only kindness and mercy and abundance. So this is where we begin our Shabbat, our connection. And as we said, this is one of these tools that we want to not just connect to on this Shabbat, we have to take it and use it throughout our lives. We want to open for ourselves the highest realm of blessings. We want to open for our world the filling of all the channels of abundance and blessings and mercy that our world needs. It begins with this name. So that's what the great Kabbalist Rabbi Yosef Gatilia reveals to us, that this is maybe the most important name. Most of us, and again, most of us throughout our connections, we use many different names. This is maybe the most important name. Okay, so this is where we begin. Hopefully, we're all excited and understand the power of meditating on these four letters and the gates that it can open, as was revealed to us in the Sha'arei Orah. Now I want to take our consciousness to the understanding, the consciousness we need to use with that name. So there's a great secret in the Zohar, in the portion of Vayikra, and I recommend all of us certainly read this section. It's section 166 in the portion of Vayikra. Rabbi Elazar reveals and says, Eheye, What is the secret of the name Aleph Hey Yud Hey, which literally translates as I will be, or Heye Asher Eheye, I will be as I will be? Das Stima Ilai, it represents when there is great light that is concealed, great light that is being concealed. The Amar, what is the consciousness of the name? It says, Ana man de Ana, I am who I am. Veloit yada manhu, and it is not yet known who I am. Levatar asher eheye, but I have certainty that eventually it will become known. Ana, and these are maybe the three most important words in this. Really, it's not a teaching from the Zohar; it's a meditation from the Zohar. Ana dezamin leitgalia, I will become revealed. So, Rabbi Elazar is telling us here the secret of the name is twofold. One, Ana man de Ana, I am who I am. Veloit yada manhu, and I am not yet known. And second, Ana de atid leitgalia, I will become revealed. To understand this, and of course we know it's referring to each one of us. What is this consciousness? What is the secret that the Rabbi Elazar is revealing to us through this very interesting phrasing in Aramaic? So the Kabbalists teach, when the Creator came to Moses, and Moses is beginning his journey of redemption for himself and for his brethren, the Creator calls to him, he says, Ahu am I? Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov. I am the force that was revealed through Abraham, through Isaac, through Jacob. Why was it necessary? And most of us know, those of us who make our 3-day connection, the Kabbalists prescribed, we always begin our connection with that phrase, God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. Why is it important to reference? Are we simply saying that we're connecting to their teaching, or we're connecting to the channels? Might be true, but it's something much deeper than that. The Kabbalists teach that a person should always be asking him or herself the following question. Matai yagiu ma'asai le'ma'asei avotai. When are my actions, when is my life going to be as consequential as Abraham's? When is my life, when is your life going to be as consequential as Isaac's? When is my life, when is your life going to be as consequential as Jacob's? And all the Kabbalists ask the question, is that really a question we should be asking? Is it realistic? Is it not crazy? I can be a great Michael. B'ezrat Hashem, you can be a great you. But should you really be asking yourself the question, imagine, I'm not a very good runner, Monica's a great runner. Imagine if my goal was to be as fast as the fastest runner who ever lived. It's not, and every day I'd wake up and as I'm training, I'm saying, when am I going to be as fast, to run without, some of you might know, what is the world record, mile, right? It would be stupid, right? Because I know I could maybe be a good runner, an okay runner. I could even maybe become a very good runner for who I am, but I am not going to become the world record holder. And if I woke up every single morning and say, when is that going to happen, that I'm going to be the world record holder in running, it seems like ridiculous. Just as ridiculous it should be, unless we understand the secret, for me to wake up, and I do this, many of you I'm sure do this 3 times a day. The Kabbalah says you should be doing this all day, every day. When am my life going to be as great and consequential as the life of Abraham, who transformed our entire world? When is my life, when is your life going to be as consequential as the life of Isaac? When is my life going to be as consequential as the life of Jacob? What's the secret? This is so powerful and so beautiful, so important. What if I told you that dormant within you, dormant within me, is all the power of Abraham, of Isaac, of Jacob? What if you understood, you really believed that, you knew that? Even when we conceive of ourselves, I'll be the greatest version of myself, but that within me and within you is held, is concealed, that power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now the point is this. We ask the question, why would, when the Creator comes to Moses, he tells him, I am Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov. He's telling Moses, listen, your life you will never be who you're supposed to be. You certainly will not be able to bring the redemption unless you first understand one thing. First, one thing. Within you, Within me, it lies dormant, yes, but exists the power of Abraham, of Isaac, of Jacob, all the greatest souls that ever lived. Then the question becomes, of course, relevant. When am I going to become Abraham? When am I going to become Isaac? When am I going to become Jacob? If you don't believe that those forces are within you dormant, no matter what you do in your life, you'll never reveal them. And this is the secret of the first statement from Rabbi Elazar in the Zohar. Ana man de ana, you, I, we are who we are. And who is that? A potential, a soul with the potential of Abraham, of Isaac, and Jacob. And that's why, again, when we make our connections 3 times a day, or whenever you do, we say, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, reminding ourselves, how am I coming to connect? How am I coming to live with the dormant power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all the righteous souls that are within me? Ana man de ana, I know who I am. V'lo yada manhu, but I know, as Rabbi Elazar said, I know it's not revealed yet. Levatar asher eheye. But what's my goal in life? And when I meditate upon the Aleph, K, Hey, Yud, Hey, what is my goal? Ana dezamin le'edgalia. I have certainty that I will become revealed. So it's really, now we understand again this beautiful section in the Zohar, but the secret of this Shabbat, how do you use it? Eheye. I'm not meditating on, as we said, yes, I want to open up the highest gates, as Rabbi Yosef Gigatila reveals to us. How am I going to do that? Rabbi Elazar in the Zohar tells us. First, you have to know, Ana man de ana, as I exist right now, I have the great potential of all the tzaddikim within me. V'lo yada manhu, and I know that everything, and there's a great quote from one of the great Kabbalists who says, everything I've done in my life isn't even the beginning of the revelation of who I am. Lo yada manhu, who I am is not yet revealed. Eheye, ana man de ana, I know who I am, but you really need to know. You have to use this name. When you look at the name Eheye, who are you going to be? You will only be first when you understand your potential. My potential, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov. The potential of transforming our world that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob had. That's the first Eheye. Then, Levatar asher eheye. Then I can meditate upon what I'm going to become. Ana dezamin le'edgalia. I know without a doubt that amazing potential is going to be revealed. And therefore it is worthy and it is right to ask every single day, Matai yagiu ma'asai le'maasei avotai. When in my actions, when is my life going to become as consequential as Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Because that's really what I have. That's really what I am. So you have to know the potential you have within you. You have to have the certainty. First, the second part is to know that in all the great things that I have done, I haven't even begun revealing the great potential that is within me. Lo yada manhu. Look at these words of the Zohar, are so powerful. And again, they are a meditation upon themselves. And then when you have the first 2 levels of consciousness that you know truly, truly, and this is the work of the Shabbat. When we say that Moses came to the Israelites and he said, Ehyeh shelachani alechem, he didn't just say the name. He did what I'm hoping to do on the Shabbat. When the Israelites came in contact with Moses, suddenly they started realizing, oh my God, he didn't even have to say anything. We thought we were spiritual. We thought we were living our lives as they should be. We thought we were elevating and connecting. Lo yada manhu. I haven't even begun. So when Moses came to them, suddenly they started feeling inside, Ana man de ana. Oh my God, how much more potential lies dormant within me. V'lo yada manhu. And we haven't even begun revealing that potential. And finally, by giving over the name and this consciousness to the Israelites, Ana dezamin le'edgala. They realized we are going to reveal this potential. And Moses did, and the Israelites did. But this is our work. I want to make something very clear. A person who does not use the name Aleph, Hey, Yud, Hey on a consistent basis, but if he tries to use the consciousness we share, which is, again, as we said, I have the potential within me of the patriarchs, of the great righteous souls that have lived. I have within me the dormant power of all of them. And I haven't yet started revealing that. And I have certainty that I will reveal it. But doesn't use the name, which means doesn't meditate on the name Aleph Hey Yud Hey with this consciousness, he or she will never be able to reveal the great potential. So it's not just the consciousness. Often we come on Shabbat and we share consciousness. Beautiful and important. On this Shabbat, the Creator is telling us two things. Yes, you have to have the consciousness, but you also have to have the name. And that's why this book is called Shemot, because the only way the Israelites, and we don't so much care about history, we care about me now and you now and our world now. We have to reignite the forces of these names with the consciousness. So what do I want to awaken us again? And this is what happened with Moses, as we said. When Moses came to the Israelites, he repeated in his own words. Maybe he used the Aramaic words of the Zohar. Maybe he used other words. But remember, this concept we're talking about only when used in conjunction with the meditation upon the Aleph Hey Yud Hey. Ana mande ana. I have certainty that I have within me the dormant potential of all the great souls that ever lived. I know it's a great, crazy statement, but it's the truth. And I meditate on the Aleph Hey Yud Hey to awaken that certainty of who I am within me. But I also have the knowledge that all the great things and the powerful things that I have done, they have not even begun to reveal that greatness. But I know with certainty, through the use of the name, Asher Eheyeh, Aleph Hey Yud Hey, Ana Dezamin Leitgalia. I will absolutely and certainly reveal my potential in this world. Those three levels of consciousness, with the meditation upon the Aleph Hey Yud Hey, will allow you and I to reveal the great worlds of mercy and abundance that we learn from Rabbi Yosef Getilia. And I bless myself and all of us that we understand the power of this consciousness with the meditation on the name, and we will begin our own redemption and the redemption of our world, the removal of pain, suffering, and death, that we have the power with consciousness and names, with consciousness and keys to awaken truly, to begin to awaken Ana De'atid Leitgalia. And I bless all of us to truly, truly live a life that is as consequential as Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because that's what we are meant to do. Shabbat Shalom.
So, friends, again, there you have it. If these lectures have not made impact on you to understand that the science that we study is no joke, and it carries with it the ability really to become a master. Really and truly, this is what it's all about. And if you're willing to take on the challenge of being the master of your life, this is for you. This is for you. Again, my name is Joshua. You're listening to Diaspora Connection featuring Kabbalah for Jamaicans. We're here every Tuesday and Wednesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday nights and Sunday nights, we do a 30-minute Zohar reading, which is sponsored by the Kabbalah Center. I've been a student of the Kabbalah Center for the last 19 years. And I tell you, now I understand why, those who practice Judaism are on top of the world, because that's the energy it brings. We invite you to connect with us on Saturdays. We offer a Zoom connection. You can go to our website, www.kabbalahforjamaicans.com, to get the link. Or you can send me a WhatsApp text. The number is country code +1 516 965 5700. Again, country code +1 516 965 5700. Or you can go to our YouTube channel, where you can find tonight's program, because we're on YouTube Live. And if you missed any particular episode, you can always go back to YouTube and watch it. But yeah, this is what it's all about. Again, it's the Rav say if there's no connection, there is uh, there's no transformation, and there's no control. Right? If there's no connection, there is no control. And again, our eyes activate the energy. The letters, the power is in the letters. That is why we as Christians, when we get the Bible that we get in English, it watered down. Because the power is not in the stories, the power is in the letters. Right? The power is in the stories, yes, but only when transmitted through the Hebrew letters. You can glean great wisdom from the Bible the way it is. But again, the Zohar warns us, Rabbi Shimon warns us that anyone who takes the Bible at face value, literally, it would have been better if he wasn't born. Now, does that mean that the creation story is a lie? Does that mean that what happened at Mount Sinai is a lie? No. No, not at all. But we have to learn that the Bible is encoded. It is encoded. And we need the Zohar to decode the Bible, specifically the Old Testament, and even more specific, the 5 books of Moses, the first 5 books of the Old Testament. If you would like to get your free Zohar, as you heard Brother Paul talk about it earlier, that he gets energy from it, he carries it with him wherever he goes. I carry Zohar wherever I go, and I tell people, I give it to them, the pocket-sized version. I said, carry it everywhere with you. It will protect you. If you'd like one, send a text. Again, country code +1 516 965 5700. Wherever you are in the world, we'll get it to you for free. Okay? For free. Especially if you're in Jamaica. And again, our hearts go out to those people in Jamaica who are suffering still very badly from Hurricane Melissa. May Hashem send you the relief that you need in a timely fashion. Yes, my friends, so that is the book of Shemot. And that's all I have for you guys tonight. All right. As today is Wednesday, this is our last program for the week. We'll be back again Friday night for the Friday evening Shabbat connection. Again, we broadcast live on not on World Vibes, but YouTube live. So I encourage you to go to our K4J YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel so that you can get notifications when the program is live. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Saturday morning, Zoom, Shabbat connection with lecture and Torah reading. We begin at 10 a.m., actually 10:30 a.m. Eastern. The lecture is at 11:30. Torah reading at 12 p.m. and goes for about an hour. So, if you can allocate an hour and a half, 2 hours of your time to make a connection to tremendous amount of energy that will be helpful to you, then contact us and get the Zoom link. And you can, and it's not participation, it's only observing, watching and listening. It's beautiful. But you won't know until you try it. And again, we invite you to listen to the Zohar readings Sunday night and Tuesday night, 10:30 p.m. to 11. Yep. So, once again, thank you, Brother Paul. Thank you, Sister Myrtle, for joining tonight. Hashem bless the both of you. I hope tonight's lessons were helpful to you. Yeah? And you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. Shabbat Shalom when it comes. And we'll see you on Friday. Godspeed, everyone. One love.
World Vibes.
World Vibes. World Vibes Radio, your one-stop vibe spot. For content uploads or song requests, email us at worldvibezfmradio@gmail.com. World Vibes Radio, bringing vibes to the world.
Bringing vibes to the world. World Vibes Radio, available in the Zeno app.